was a man who used to live behind this face. I think about him sometimes, not with grief, that part is done. More the way you think about a city you used to live in. Not home anymore, just a place you once knew every corner of. He was a specific kind of open, not the naive kind. The kind that has already been hurt, knows what hurt looks like, and opens anyway, because he decided that was still the right thing to do. He kept choosing people, every time, like every choice was a vote for the version of the world he wanted to exist in. That is not weakness. I want to say that clearly. That was a kind of courage I genuinely do not have anymore. But it cost him, not in any single moment, nothing dramatic.
The lords will abandon their thrones.
Nobody stood over him and laughed. It was quieter than that. It was every time he told the truth and watched someone use it later. Every time he made himself smaller so something else could fit in the room. Every conversation where he came in full and left, emptied out, and somehow, it was always him adjusting. Always him doing the math on what the other person needed and working backwards from there. Years of that. You know what years of that does? It does not break you. Breaking would have been cleaner. It just wears down a specific thing. The part that generates hope. The part that says this time will be different. And one day you wake up, and that part is just gone. Not because something happened, because enough things happened. And the absence of it does not even hurt. That is the strangest part. You would expect grief. You would expect to feel the loss of it like a missing tooth. But it is more like, oh, that is just not in me anymore. Like discovering a room in your house has been empty for so long. The air in it smells different. People want it to be a tragedy. They want you sad about who you used to be. They think if you are not mourning the old self, then you must be broken, must be dangerous, must be something worth worrying about. Like the only acceptable response to loss is performance of loss. I am not performing it. What happened to me happened. The particular shape of how I got here is mine. I do not need it to be beautiful. I do not need it to have a lesson I can gift wrap and hand to people. It was just true. A long time of things being true that I did not ask for.
And the lords go without thrones.
And then this, the thing I am now, which is quieter than before, harder to impress, hard to frighten. Not because I am numb is the wrong word. More that the range of things that can actually touch me has shrunk down to almost nothing. And in that shrinking, there is a kind of stillness that people mistake for damage. Here is the thing about coldness that nobody says. It is not the absence of feeling. It is feeling getting so precise, it looks like absence to everyone watching from outside. I do not give nothing. I give exactly what I decide to give, to exactly who I decide to give it to, and not a gram more. That is not frost. That is a locked door. There is a difference. Frost is indiscriminate. A locked door means someone decided. I decided. The man who used to live behind this face, he spent years trying to be legible. You know what I mean by that. Trying to be readable. Making himself plain. Kept finding new ways to say the same true thing until he was basically see-through. And they looked straight through him. Not out of cruelty. Cruelty would have stung differently. Out of the particular disinterest you have for something that is always just there. Something reliable. Something that does not need tending because it tends itself. He was furniture in people's lives, and he called it love. Useful and loved are not the same word. He knew that, technically. But knowing something technically, and then feeling the full weight of it, those are two completely different educations. And when the second one came for him, it did not knock. It just settled in. Heavy, permanent, true. So, the smile. I know it is unsettling. I have been told. The way I carry it like something is quietly funny about all of this.
Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
Like I already know the punchline to a joke everyone else is still sitting through. Maybe I do. The punchline is that I survived it. All of it. Every cold room, everything taken without asking, every version of my name in someone else's mouth being used for something I did not agree to. I survived it so completely that the part of me still keeping score got bored and walked off. There is no score anymore. There is just this. Just here. Just whatever comes next, met with whatever I've got, which turns out to be quite a lot. They did not make me better. I want to say that plainly. This is not a gratitude speech. What happened to me is not something I am thankful for. It is not a gift. It is not a lesson I needed. It is not something I would wish on anyone with good bones and an open heart. But it made me mine. Fully, finally, entirely mine. Not in some gleaming, self-discovery way, in the ugly way. The way a scar is yours, the way a limp is yours. The way you know your own body after it has been through something and you think, this is still me, this is different now, this is what we are working with. And what I am working with, I have learned to respect. The man behind the smile went to war. Long war, quiet war. The kind where the casualties are things you do not notice losing until one day you reach for them and they are gone. Trust. The ability to assume someone's silence means they are fine. The reflex of giving, without first calculating what the giving is going to cost you this time. He went to war, and he did not come home. What came home was me. Built from the parts of him that could not be taken because, believe me, they tried. And the thing is, the parts that could not be taken are not the gentle ones. They are the hard ones, the bone underneath, the thing in you that just keeps deciding to stay upright no matter what the morning looks like. That is what is left, and I walk around in it, and sometimes in rooms full of people, or in the quiet after something ends I smile, not because I am healed, not because I forgave, not because it is fine, because I am still here, and that was never guaranteed.